Yan Vinaka, yeah, welcome to the Family Table Talk at every Saturday mornings. Yeah. Well, it's been a while since we come outside, and we thank our team, Anare and his team, creating this beautiful little garden on the hills of Turaki in Suva. So thank you once again, and we would like to greet everybody. Whoever actually just sleeping in, maybe can just hear us. Your eyes is just too heavy for you to open your eyelids to watch what's happening. But we would like to say Yanravinaka, Mbulavinaka. And it's been a great week. And today is Saturday again. Without knowing that the days have just gone so fast. So we would like to greet you this morning. For those of you that are tuning in within Fiji. And also for those that are tuning in outside Fiji. We receive a lot of feedback from countries where we travel to on how you always tune into the program as well. So we would like to welcome you and also greet you on the first hour and the first day of the weekend for this week.
The first day of March 2020.
Exactly, yeah.
We're sitting here. For me, I'm facing right up there. We can see Mount Korbaba. Because we are from the hill of Turek in Suba, it's so wonderful to see the sun peeping through. The sky is overcast at the moment, but beautiful morning. And as Radini said it, sometimes our eyes, we wake up on Saturday still heavy. Like for me today, I woke up very, very late. Not like every morning, but today I just drawn into the bed.
Yeah, sometimes you allow yourself just to sleep in. Like the bed don't want to release you for you to stay on a little bit longer. But thank you, Katie, and thank you, Sunny, and also the little beautiful family for waking up very early. You can hear the tit-tat of little feet going past your room. And also for Carlos and Junior. And thank you, Elijah and Nate, for going out there in the morning. Must be beautiful out there on the seawall. And also, we would like to greet Joshua all the way out there in the Western Division. So I trust that everything goes well, and we'll see you again in the afternoon. And you must have woken up this morning with your family are still trying to come back from the week of work, or you are going to join your family after the week of work. And you may be driving, for those of you in America, coming back from your leaving job, and having your plans out on how to spend it over the weekend. Or you don't have any time to go out, but you are just going to be working right through. And maybe some of us, apart from the weekend, that we say to yourself that it's a relaxing time for the week, but most maybe still have to go to work. So some still work, some are relaxing at home, and most will look forward to the weekend to say it's their moment of break and their family time as well. So we greet you, and we thank you for taking the time to follow this program or actually watch it. Well, I believe last Saturday was a replay as well. And for those of you that have been watching the big screen, we had our Vancouver Sevens on the HSBC. And today we are gracing you all the way from Turaki. And just want to bring to the topic, because it's a family table talk for us this morning. How do we create our home or our house to be a home? Because it can be a shelter with a roof above our head. It can be a place that we stay and sleep. It can be a place that you walk in, walk out, you have the whole family living in it. But it can be just a house that's providing all those, but it's not a home in the sense that it provides connectivity, they're engaged within the family, or they matter regardless of whether you work or you don't work, you're employed or unemployed, or whether you are one of the most active members or you're sickly, or whether you're older or the very youngest in the family, on how you can create that house to be a home. It's not the size of the house, it's not where it's located, it's not the quality of the house. It's the spirit that you can create in that home or in the place that all of you stay in, to make it like, something that they feel it and they feel that they're part of it, that they don't want to leave it. And wherever they are, they just want to come home. Yeah, and I thought of bringing that to our table this morning because, I mean, it's not, we cannot, we cannot just walk away and not knowing and not even wanting to identify or to acknowledge the fact of the current problems that we have here in Fiji. The HIV on the rise, the drugs that we never used to see before. Now it's very rife in Fiji. And they're targeting our youths or our children. In most cases, they're the most victims, or they are the most in number when it comes to, but it doesn't rule out the adults as well. It's not only the children, but also the adults. Some adults are also, addicted to drugs, and some adults are also suffering from HIV and even lose their lives over HIV. And there are a lot of things that we can see that is happening right here at our doorstep that involves family as a whole. So we cannot profile it to say, no, it's only the children is affected. Or we say, no, it's only the working people, or the people staying at home, or the village people. It affects the whole caliber or gender or different ethnic groups. So, and anybody and everybody that lives in Fiji. Yeah, we can tell na barong itik may na vi korokoro, and we say viti ni barong itik may kung na matakani ko ni daba kamureti ko na programo ni mata vale, and we matakani barong buka, our state weekenda na dawan daron di kava, menda viso taka na vale ko suli vakarumuti kenda. Suli weekenda na vadengo na buno ndan dele vadengo kina na buno ndan tiko kina baka mata po vale menda viso taka na vale mendo na vale ni mata po vale mitiko kina na yalo ni mata po vale na bibele kati ni mata po vale na bimo city ni mata po vale me baka me kako nga ni doanga na tiko tiko e baka rota ki me bono ni nonda moave bono ni nonda kana na buno baka roni kaya nda we civikina senga ni dona na yalo sendo na kai va modo kono taka na nonda bula baka mata vale se baka todo ko taka na nonda bula baka mata vale baka kina na niko ki baka kenda na reviti ko senda ronga da baka na vole tukutuko senda wilika and sare da na lebu di bika sa tarati ko na nonda bonoviti senga ni ba ko ikina na tiko mena koro senga ni ado nga bi ranga na tiko nga na tawo ni se na bono ni takanaka ado ke de weekend tarake de na nonda bono ele weekend at na kor sa sana madanga mendo na lenga le wetu na kor na vakangata kini wainganga na non rangunuva era samewele kina lebu kina na lenga lebu na kabori mata vale lebu na bula me takali kosta kina na kena saada me bikenda na sengani ronyin dan rovaka na sengtali ni ronyin dan tarova na ronga nyin dan bibu sekitaka na dama sala na ronyi bitan lo taka ronyi vuki kenda me da baka binaka taka na tikini ni non da bula ni mata vale me ronyin da vuki tika non da mata vale da la ko bata tiko e baka era la kuibe ser la kuibe era na biti ko ngai vale bale te rekunekina na loloma rekunekina na todoko rekunekina na bakadengo bate lebo na vale sa vale ngai tiko tiko ni tiko ya sa senga na bibasaki senga na ngone ni mata po vale mata lebo na kai e bakoikina se lebo na kai alikina ko o kai tiko na mata ni ko dondono e rawan beka ni ndaro ni da ka sona ka me da saka ko de warra ka tunga na matinto me da na kaya sta levo na kisi ni wainganga dondono me terana matinito na rehabilitation center se na vanua me rana le maroikina se vukeira me rangole tene me na kaya ba kai dortiko ke ba kai da na la ko na ba kana no ne na turun do ngona balavo na kena tuvani na kena baka samataki na kena nangai tara na ngona nangai tarakin na seng ni raw mi tunga la ka na nangai baka yang garai so me ran me garavir bete na duin na level ni bika sa duruma ko na torti ko na wainga sen bilang gar la ko duruma yo ya endo na ka ndaro ni ka enda pa ni kina na matinito ya da mandaro ni da ka bongo kenda no da buli ni matipo vale baka tiko tiko baka koro se baka sangoloto me da na buke kina no da matipo vale au via kota mai weekend na matakniko se ke rovina kata menda mai vitan lo tak na matakniko se sona ka kemni saronya da ka boti beka sona ka kemni sa entaka da ka be kemni like it works for you na kena da to vole matanga na no da mate po vale me vuki na vale ya me ndo na mate po vale me ndo na yalo ni bibasaki me ndo na mbula endaroni kaya everybody matters you know there is a worth you give worth to your children or you place value to your grandchildren. Everybody in their home, they have a value. And, you know, I want to bring that this morning on that topic that we can talk about this morning.
There are so many things that are contributing
Factors,
factors. While home is not a home anymore, it's just becoming a house, hotel, or backpackers. One thing when we do things together, like cooking together, devotion together. These are the things that we do together that draws the spirit of everyone to be together. Iliu doreda tu do tuna bi mau, a vinji, e sona ka e involve ke kina na mata wale. Sona ngora lang sere tunga, sena basanga everybody contribute to cooking. And also when they have their meal, whether it's a breakfast, especially the breakfast and the dinner. Orongo indona kanda unreta saranga mai that everybody involved. It's the time that talk and they laugh, they are together. It's a meal preparation and having meal time, especially the dinner. The lunch, everybody will be out there. If you're in the village, you'll be out there. If you are in the urbanized centers, you'll be working or schooling for children. And these are the things that we do together. Now, if we look into the world today, the landscape of homes really changed. Really changed. We have mobile, we have television, that you can do it alone. You don't need anybody there to do it with. So you can watch alone, or you can on your phone alone. So it does not contribute to the what we call togetherness. Yeah. And when say for a home of 6 parents, and for if they have phones, when they come back, they have their friends, they have their private. So all these things, without them realizing, they are drawn to, to their small private home. These are some contributing factors. And before I grew up in the village, and those who grew up in outskirts of Suva, one thing that we come together is in the evening, everybody cooking, everybody saying something here and there, and especially when we eat together, the timing that we sit together.
Yeah, I believe that is what's lacking a lot in homes.
Yeah.
on how, like what you said, on how we can create that house to
Be
be a home.
home. Yeah.
And it's like you're passing through because everybody's rushing.
Yeah.
It's either you're going to work or you're going to school or you're going to train for any sports that you're part of or even hanging out with your friends. It's like you're passing through. And to have people to have a sit down, practical one that I can think of would be dinner, because everybody's rushing out in the morning, and like you said, at lunchtime they are already placed wherever they are. And if that cannot be achieved, like what he's sharing with us this morning, if you cannot achieve a daily sit-down dinner, at least allocate the days. So regardless how busy they are, you tell them, okay, these are the 2 or 3 days that we will need to be all at home for dinner. So whatever engagement that they involve in, whatever they know it's part of their lives, for them to at least free themselves up for that 2 or 3 days dinner, for them to sit. Because it's easy for us to say it, but the practicality of having that to happen really depends on the setup of their house, on the setup of their home. Because we may be saying, okay, it's ideal for us to have sit-down dinner every day, and it's ideal to sit down together every morning to have breakfast. But the reality of things, people are rushing out for breakfast. Like, say for my home, for my house, we hardly sit down to have breakfast during the week. The only time that we can have a real sit down breakfast can be today. Like most of the time after this, then we plan to meet somewhere. Then we sit down and have breakfast. And on Sunday, it's not really happening because everybody's like what we are trying to say, that we can say that this is ideal, this is a perfect fix. But we're not here to say that's perfect. We are here to talk with you, and it becomes a conversation. It becomes, everybody's input to try and build up what can be the most ideal home out of this house for your home, which means what works for us may not work for you. What we don't do, you can do it very well. So it really depends. As you're listening today, we'll try to take a few Saturdays to cover this on how you can better your current home setup, how you can better the relationship that you currently have at home. Like what I said, for us, we can be saying, it's ideal to sit together every breakfast, but we don't sit together every breakfast. We have different stages of breakfast every morning. We have the ones that go to school, like they need to be leaving home at about 6:45 to 7ish every morning. And those are the first level or first team that leave our house. So in the morning, I'm waking them up or trying to get them ready, clear their breakfast. So you have the first sit down. And even that first sit down, they're not sitting together. One is in the bathroom, one finish come and have breakfast, while the one that finish, doing everything come in. And sometimes, because of the time of the transport, or they're rushing out, whoever comes in last is just picking. And when I pack their breakfast, I try as much to pack it in pre-packs. I don't put it on the plate because I'm always thinking that if you don't have the time to sit down and have breakfast, take your breakfast with you. So whoever is last, like what I said, that's the first level of people leaving my home in the mornings. And they don't even sit down together to have breakfast. So they will take it with them. And then I leave mostly straight after they leave. And I don't usually have breakfast. And then we have another set of people at home. They'll go to work. So they will be having their breakfast maybe by 7:30 or 8. And that's another set. So what I do in the morning, I do pre-packs. The first batch go, I leave the pre-packs on the table, label their names. So whoever comes, like what I said, the same concept. If you don't have the time to sit down and have breakfast, pick up a pre-pack, take it with you to work. Or sometimes I feel if I'm coming late to work or late to leave the house, and I know fully well that they will not be able to sit down and have breakfast, I'll pack their breakfast and I'll position it to their workplace for them to come. If they rush out of the house and they're not even looking on the dinner table where it has all these pre-packs, then at least I position it to their workplace. Back to what I'm trying to say, that we hardly sit down to have breakfast together. Today is the only day. And if it works for us after this to go and meet up and have breakfast, then we are sitting for breakfast. Other than that, the whole week, we don't even have a sit-down breakfast. So the reality for us, it's in the evening. Yeah. And because we have planned, put out our schedule, do the roster, We do the roster, who's in charge. We put it up on the notice board, on the whiteboard, for those that are going to be leading us in the, devotion in the evening. So everybody at home knows 7 o'clock is devotion time, which means you'll have to do whatever you need to do. If you want to have dinner, then like for us, sometimes I'm really hungry. I'll call my daughter-in-law because she does the cooking, and I will say, the dinner is ready. And or sometimes even by 3:30, I'm calling her, or I'll send the Viber. What do you think? What time the dinner will be ready? And she said, oh, just give me half an hour. I'm finishing up. So by the time we get home, the dinner is already done, pre-pack's already written, and that's what we do. Because if you're there to eat or not, your food is prepared for you. So we will come. And sometimes I'm sitting at home, and we're coming home at about 5 or 6, and I will call my children that have come back from school, or my grandchildren, and I'll call them, come, we have our dinner now. So again, another first sit down for dinner will be us and these children that have come back from school. And then the second sit down dinner, because they come late from their workplace, will be after devotion. So after devotion, and then you'll have another set of sit down dinner. But I could still say that we are together in the dinner, because whoever is having dinner, like say for us, when we come and have our dinner, nobody else is there. But when the second set of dinner happen after devotion, all of us are sitting around. Yeah. Either they are eating on the dinner table, or we are sitting around in the lounge, and conversation is going. So the interaction, being engaged, being part of the family, I can guarantee to say, or confident to say today that it happens every night for that family engagement. And also for the church that we are in, we put out a directive that keep Tuesday. Don't do any church thing. Don't use the excuse to go away from home that you're visiting somebody because of the church, or you're creating one little Bible study because of the church, or doing your item practice because of the church. Close up the church on Tuesday. Stay home and be a mommy, be a daddy, be a nana, and be a pa. So Tuesday for our church is just targeted for family night. And it's given to them on how they can recreate that night to be about the family, and then getting the family involved. And those are the things I believe that helps us to change this house to be a home. So let us, continue to talk about changing this house to be a home. So it will be a place that your children or grandchildren will look forward to come back to. We travel quite a fair bit when it comes to the church events. And sometimes, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 times to the most, I will take my whole family with me, or lug my grandchildren with me. And I always hear this from my children. I hear it from my grandchildren when we are returning. Oh, I can't wait to go home. And as soon as they enter the house, oh, there's no place like home. So wherever they go, whichever part of the world that they go to, or whatever they're involved in during the week, or may have taken them out of the house for the whole week, they look forward to come home, because we've created that house to be a home. Because when they walk in, they know they matter, they know they're heard, they know that they're part of this big family with a lot of members. But their ideas, what they say, their feelings, their emotions, whatever, or the person they are, they become not only a number, they become the person, and they matter. So let us recreate our house to be a home.
I think one secret about getting people together in the spirit, connected, when they are involved, they are part of it.
Yeah.
And one secret is devotion, because somebody is leading. No, it's not like a religious thing on Sunday. Everybody testify, everybody read the Bible, depending on the night. So everybody matters. No, when it comes to devotion, that means nobody is left out. No? Yeah. You either sing, you testify, you read, you share, you pray. Yeah. So and even when they are rostered in a week, somebody is rostered to lead on a day. So all this involvement, when you are part of it,
you are engaging them.
You bring them to be part and parcel. Because we can't change what is happening in the world today. So we can change our what we do at home
Yes.
to target or to face with the ongoing changes involving our day to day.
Yeah.
Taking away the values, the timing, and the closeness that a family, what we call the unique family in about 50 years ago, 100 years ago, but now it's really changed.
Yeah.
And the world today is very fast, very demanding of time.
Yeah, because most, like I would say confidently, in most houses, you have people staying together as family, but they engage in other things. Like we can be all sitting together or being in the same house, but you are on your phone. So you're there physically, but you're not connected emotionally or connected in any other way because you are living in a world of your own through your phone. And there is one thing, this is a gadget that is very damaging also. It's a contributing factor to isolation within the family. So you can have your children or grandchildren in their room talking to themselves, playing the games, talking to the people through their phone, watching. So they may be in the house as part of your family, but they belong to somebody else because of the connection on their phone. So this becomes a challenge if we are not careful and we give it to our small children just to get them off off your back. It's like they create this, and they become so noisy and restless. And they said, okay, give the phone. Here, come and play this game. And then you give the phone. So it answers your problem because you don't have to continuously look after that child that is, creating such a havoc. But by giving that phone, they become so addicted to it. So it becomes like, okay, to make them keep still, they need the phone. And without knowing, then it becomes part of their life. And growing up, so they're living in the house, but they're more in their phone. And they're talking to the people in their phone. And they're communicating with people outside the house, which means they're living in the house, but it's not a home for them. It provides shelter, provides meals on the table, clothe them. Yeah, there are conversation, but they are isolated in the sense that I'm living here, but this is where my world is. This is where my life is. These are my friends. These are the people that I can be myself in because they cannot be themselves. Yeah. And like what I said, for me, like in the house, sometimes I don't really check. Or if I'm in the kitchen or I'm in the room and they're having their dinner or they're having their meals and I walk past and they still do it, then I will remind them because I ban telephones from the dinner table. As in when we have dinner or breakfast, no phones on the table. Before I will be sitting there doing this or eating doing this, but now I stop myself. I will not do that while I'm eating. I will clear my, whatever, my dishes or anything, then I will bring the phone and do that. So I banned no telephones or no gadgets on the dinner table or when you're eating. Because even if it's a sit down,